Welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today I've got some really easy Dollar Tree DIYs. Thank you to EveryPlate for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into this first DIY. For this Dollar Tree DIY, you're going to want to grab one of their wire baskets, and the first step will be to go ahead and pop off the handle and then take some hot glue and some twine and wrap the entire handle with the twine. Once that's finished, I did take my lighter and go ahead and hit all of the little hairy parts of the twine. Just please be safe with this. Keep water nearby. You know the drill. And then once that was done, I went ahead and popped the handle back on. It took a little bit of pushing it on there just because it was a little bit thicker with the twine, but it went right back on. Then I made this free printable. I will link it down below, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and then mount it on one of these little brown cardstock tags. I bought these from Amazon in a 100-pack. I will link them down below. They're great for crafting, and I'm just going to attach it with just some regular glue. And then to attach the tag to my basket, I'm simply going to use some hot glue to glue it to the front. I had thought about poking a hole at the top and tying it on, which would be another option, but I did go ahead and just use some hot glue, glue it to the front, and then I did want the back to look nice, so I took another of the brown tags, just trimmed it up, and then put some hot glue on there and put that on the back, and then set my toilet paper in there, and there you go. You've got yourself a little decorative extra toilet paper roll holder. All right, I wanted to take a quick second to tell you about today's sponsor, which is EveryPlate. You may remember about 5 months ago, I did a partnership with them and I fell in love with them. And so when they reached out to me again, I was like, yes, this would be a great update for you guys. So we actually have been paying for the 3 meals a week, and it's fantastic. You get everything that you need in your box. You get recipe cards that are very easy to follow with pictures. And what I really love about these meals is most of them take less than 30 minutes, and they are way cheaper per serving than going through your drive-through. Not to mention they are definitely much healthier. And EveryPlate has provided me with a coupon code. It's creativeonthecheap 2. You can use that and your meals will be $1.99 per meal, and you'll get an additional 20% off your next 2 boxes just by going to everyplate.com and entering that code. We have loved every meal that we have tried. If you need recommendations, shoot me an email because I'd be happy to recommend some. Now let's get into the next DIY. For this DIY, I am going to start off with some painter sticks. Now you can get 3 of the large painter sticks for 99 cents, so you're still in that dollar point. You are going to end up needing 4 painter sticks, so you will need to go ahead and buy 2 packs. And I'm going to start by painting these with some of the brown cream wax. Now I left the handles on there just because while I was painting these, it made it easier, but you are going to want to go ahead and trim the little handle part off. I just used my miter shears, which I absolutely love. I'll have them linked down below to just go ahead and snip these down. Once they were completely dry, I took some of my wood glue sticks from Surebonder, and I just used that to go ahead and make a box essentially. So it would be hollow inside, and you just kind of glue each of the sides. I just kind of kept turning it and used the hot glue, let it sit really good. Now you could put cut 2 pieces and go ahead and put little end caps on this, but I just left mine open because it didn't really bother me, but that's just a personal preference. It's up to you. For the shades, I'm going to be using one of these 3 packs of little planners from Dollar Tree. These are just plastic. I took them outside and I spray painted them with some matte black spray paint. Once they were dry, I brought them back in and I needed to attach them to my little wooden box. And I'm just going to use some of the Gorilla Glue Super Glue I like this better than E6000 because it actually starts to adhere really, really quickly. And so I'm going to put a whole bunch of that on there now. If you wanted to kind of have a quick hold onto it, you could also add some hot glue, but I'm just going to let this sit overnight and put the glue on there. And then I'm going to put some paint bottles on top to make sure that they are adhered really well together. Now it's time to attach the hanging software, and I started with 2 eye hooks that I spray painted black, and I'm just putting them on each end kind of centered over the outside lampshades. Then I grabbed 2 packs of these chains from Dollar Tree. Now each of these has 3 little chains hanging down from it. I want to save the black hook at the top and then just have 1 chain. So to do that, I just took some pliers and I just easily just kind of pulled them apart and unhooked the extra 2 chains. And then at the bottom, I took off the little clip hanging thing it had, and then I just opened up the hook, put it through my little eye hook, closed it with pliers, and it was good to go. Then the last step is to go ahead and put in your little light fixture. So Dollar Tree has the little puck lights that run on batteries that you can stick up in there, and you just tap them on, tap them off. You can also get some puck lights at Home Depot or Lowe's that has a remote to make it a little easier for you to turn them on and off. Now this little light fixture would be great to hang over as an area if you have children that maybe they have a little craft table and you wanted to hang a little extra light above their small table, or if you have a little reading nook and you need an extra light. I'm going to see about possibly hanging this in my craft closet because I don't have a light fixture in there, and I did put 2 motion activated puck lights, but I want a little bit more light in there, so I'm going to see about hanging this in there. But yeah, just a cute little light fixture you could put even outside if you wanted to, on your patio. So lots of options for this and very easy to do. Moving into this Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to be working with 3 of these houses. Now, I have worked with them before on my channel, and the last time I worked with them, it was a struggle. Now, I know some of you guys have said y'all have used these houses, and popping these little word plaques off the front was super easy. Well, I think I ordered the case from Crazy Town Glue because I ordered 24 of these, and I'm telling you, these plaques are nuts. They're on there so good. So I was willing to give it another go. I heated up my scraper, trying to kind of break the seal. Then I took my heat gun and I tried to heat up the plaque, and that didn't work. And then it just went downhill from there. I shared a little bit on Instagram about how this turned into an aggressive, violent crafting session. So at the end of this video, if you kind of want to see and hear what was being said while this was going down, stay tuned till the end. Now, finally, I did get the plaques off after a lot of banging and scraping and pounding and just kind of yelling at these little houses. I was ready to move to the next step, and that was to attach some book pages to these houses. Now, I wanted to keep with kind of a farmhouse vibe, and so I wanted to find chapter pages that would have the 1, 2, and 3 on it. Now, you could do 3, 4, 5, you could do any numbers you want, or you could just do a book page if you didn't want to do the numbers. But what I also liked about these chapter pages is between the number and the actual text, there's a nice little gap there, and that is where I'm going to reattach my twine. So once I decided, now the 2 page was from a previous project where I'd kind of stained the wood, so this is where I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, should I use it? And I end up actually swapping out that house for a gray house, and so it all works out in the end. But once I got my pages, I wanted to go ahead and trim them down. So I kind of just folded them around the house, decided where I needed to trim off the sides. Once I got the sides trimmed, then I figured out how much length I needed to take off, and then I trimmed that off. And then to attach the book pages, all I did was just use a glue stick. I knew that if I had used my Gorilla Glue adhesive spray that I love so much, that it would kind of make the page spotty because these pages are super thin. So that is why I used the glue stick. And then once those were attached, it was time to go ahead and put my twine back on. And to attach those, I started wrapping it from the front. I just hot glued it, and then I wrapped around it, and it made it perfect to where the little bead kind of fell back into the front. And then I just went in and hot glued the bow back in. And then that's it. I've got 3 little houses that would be perfect to display on a shelf or on a 3-tier tray. You certainly could kind of change the style of these. If you wanted it a little more shabby chic, you could add lace and ribbon to it. So there's lots of options for this. If you wanted to make it more modern, you could wrap it with wire instead of the twine and maybe spray paint them gold or silver. So there's lots of options for this, but I absolutely love how these little houses turned out. Now this DIY was inspired by this little picture I came across one day online. I just thought these little display houses were so cute and I knew I could recreate it with Dollar Tree items. So you're going to need some tower blocks and a combination of these little houses from Dollar Tree. And you're going to want to pick out a color palette in your mind, whether it's pastels, whether it's for a certain room, whether you want to go farmhouse and do like whites and creams and maybe stain some. If you wanted to stain one of these houses, my recommendation would be to pop off the back of it, flip it over, glue it back in, and then you can go ahead and stain that backing to kind of get the house have that stained look. So whatever color palette you choose, totally up to you. I did 2 coats of paint on each of these houses. Now for each house, I did the same process. After the 2 coats of paint were on it, I worked on the chimney, which was the little tower block. I took my miter shears and set it on 120 degrees, and then I just snipped the end off. Then I painted the tower block, and then I hot glued it on to the roof. Some of them I put on the right side of the roof, some of them I put on the left side. And that was it. I did the same thing for the rest of the houses, which one of them was Elephant by Waverly Chalk Paint. One was Steel by Waverly Chalk Paint, Midnight Blue by Deco Art, and Sunshine by Deco Art. Once all of them were painted and the little chimneys were attached, you certainly could hang these up if you wanted to. Just leave them plain, totally up to you. And to finish off these houses, I found this really cute sticker pack at Dollar Tree. I just love the stickers, so I went ahead and stuck some of them inside the houses. And then I also found tons and tons of packs of this crushed glass in such pretty colors. I absolutely love these. So I picked up 3 different colors, and then in the Crafter Square section I picked up some of these small glass bottles to fill up one of them all the way, and then the other one I just did half full, and then that's how I chose to display these houses for now. But there are so many options that you can do to display items, or again, you could just leave them plain as a very cute accent piece. And there we have it. Let me know down below, if you made this house display, what color palette would you use for your 5 houses? What would you paint them? I would love to know kind of what your vibe would be. I hope you enjoyed today's DIYs. They were super fun and easy to make, minus a little bit of a struggle with those houses, but stay tuned if you want to see what went down. That's coming up for you. As always, guys, I really appreciate your support. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you love Dollar Tree DIYs. I will see you guys in the next video. See you later. Bye. I feel like Psycho. Maybe I need to use a butcher knife next time. I'm being too generous by using the scraper. Okay. In this case, violence is the answer, because there is no being nice to this stupid house. It just has to be beat up, and that's the way it is. Karate Kid got beat up, but he was stronger for it. Okay, come on. Oh, hey. Okay, so it's time to be violent. Like Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay. I'm gonna heat this up. Let's burn it and chop it up at the same time. Now that I've chopped up 2 houses. I'm beginning to feel like a little bit of a serial killer amongst houses. Okay. Violence is going to win this war. Ooh. Why? Why is this so stupid? Okay. This is just ridiculous. Oh no, that is not great. Now I'm like Hannibal Lecter and peeling the skin off. Okay, this is just not good. Not good at all. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh no, it's not gonna, no. No! It was an unsuccessful kill. Okay. Not really sure why I'm talking about death and killing so much. That's probably kind of creepy. Definitely don't want to put the audio in on this one. Oh wait, this is gonna come off. Okay, that's better. Oh, that's not too bad. But yet, there's still... Oh my gosh, come on already. This is ridiculous. Why? Okay. I just really need this to not be so stupid, but okay. I'm shaking my camera, I'm shaking the table, I'm shaking everything because this stupid thing. This is a craft you should do when you're angry because it's all about beating it. I need this. I could sand it down, but my sander broke and I need a new sander. Oh gosh, come on. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna heat it up. You know what? This is just never gonna get better. Okay. All this violence is making my ears ring. Okay. I'm just gonna give up. That's okay. This is it. This is the result of me trying to get... Why are these... What did they use to attach these? Like, the world's strongest glue? Because I would like to know what the glue was so that I can buy some. I can't even tell. I need to email Dollar Tree. Or no, who makes this? Greenbrier International Inc. The California compliant formaldehyde. Oh, geez. That just makes me think of frogs in 7th grade.